Let's talk about what everybody right now is talking about, because I can't believe that this man had the audacity to do this. And you know what? This man, he gives people, he's given the church a bad name. He's given pastors a bad name. It's just not a good look. We are talking about Pastor Marvin Sapp. Listen, I'm gonna tell you all something. That was a shame before the Lord. That is a shame before God. I'm telling you, people like this, you have to be so mindful and so careful. This is why and here I'm going to speak upon it, and I'm going to speak upon it unapologetically, because I have been brought up in the church. So I know protocol. And listen, I know somebody that when they sliming and slithering through on that pulpit versus when they are really of the Lord. And how do you know if they of the Lord? By their works, by their deeds, by what they're doing. And what he did was totally out of order, and God is going to charge him for that foolishness. Now, if you all don't know what I'm talking about, there's a video circulating with Pastor Marvin Sapp, and he locked the doors. He instructed his ushers to lock the doors of the church, and he said that he wanted to raise $40,000 in that service, and nobody was leaving until he hit that $40,000 mark. So he was saying that if it was 1,000 people supposedly in the sanctuary, that's what you call a church. You know, when you up inside, if y'all don't know, that's what they call the inside of the church. They call it the sanctuary. You know what? How you know, Sister Vance? Because listen, I sit all up and through the sanctuary, so I know protocol for the sanctuary. So they were in the sanctuary, and they locked the doors of the sanctuary, and he told them, you know what? Listen, it's 1,000 of you all in here. And he said it was about 1,000 people watching him on live. And he said, if you all gave $20 a piece, we'll have our $40,000. Now, what do you all think about that? What do you all think about Pastor Marvin Sapp closing the doors on the church? And he said he said, y'all ain't going nowhere but to go buy some food. Y'all ain't going nowhere but going to the restaurant. So listen, ain't nobody going nowhere until we handle this business. What do you all think about that? Do you all think that that was the right thing for him to do? Do you think that some of these pastors are just doing entirely too much, asking for entirely too much, and not doing enough? Because again, listen, if you sit here, and I understand how some people will be leery and say, you know what, see, this is why I don't go to church. No, you just looking for an excuse not to go to church. They was fighting last Saturday at the club, but guess what? You're going to be back at the club this Saturday. I hope they'll start fighting this week. So please stop with all that. You just don't want to go to church. So if something like this, people trip me out with that. Listen, you had a bad experience doing a horizontal mambo with this dude, but guess what? You forgave him and you went back and you got you some more. So please, let's stop using these excuses on just say, I don't want to go to church. I don't want to get my life right. I don't believe in that, whatever the case is. But don't make it seem like situations like this is why you're not in church. No, you're not in church because you just don't want to be in church.